Welcome back everybody. So we are in our fifth module and today we will be discussing about safety in construction. So we have already studied the concept of materials management and we have discussed the various construction materials etc. in our previous classes. And in the last class, we discussed about inventory control, what is ABC analysis and EOQ analysis. So today let us discuss about safety in construction management. So coming to the introduction, the civil engineering industry is one of the biggest industry in modern times. It is also an industry where extensive use of labor is required, and where such large amount of human labor is involved, a matter of safety arises. And in India, safety in construction is not a serious issue and is neglected quite often. For proper development and growth of economy, apart from rapid industrialization, a stable and productive workforce is a must. And to build a productive workforce, it is essential that managements strive to meet the workers' social, psychological and welfare needs and take steps to humanize work and work environment. So what is the need for this safety in construction industry? Because large number of humans are involved in construction industry. So when humans are involved in construction industry, we should assure the safety of human life. What is the need for assurance? In order to improve the efficiency of the work produced. Now, what is safety? So, safety is a hard term to define safety because this is dependent on many factors. And very often, safety is adjudged in terms of an inverse relationship with the accident rate. High rate means low safety and vice versa. So, if accidents are more, which means safety is less. This is how we rate safety or we define safety normally. But theoretically, safety would mean the absence of danger at work, which is made possible by eliminating hazards that create the danger. So, what is safety? It is not the rate of increasing accident or decreasing the accidents, but avoiding the danger, the absence of danger, that is safety. You cannot define safety in terms of percentages, 1% chance of safety, 2% chance of safety, etc. It is the absence of danger, that is safety. It is a 0% danger is what is called safety. A more practical definition would be a thing is provisionally categorized as safe if its risks are deemed known and, in the light of knowledge, judged to be acceptable. And safety can also be defined as the condition of enterprise operations in which, by controlling hazards, accident-free production is achieved. Okay. Now, why does the issue of safety arises? The issue of safety arises due to frequent accidents, and due to this frequent accidents there is a loss of labor, money, time and material. See, all these are resources we use in construction industry. So when there is a loss for any of the resources, then we need the safety measures to protect these resources. We cannot waste or we cannot lose any of the resources, and the major is the human life. Due to accidents, there is also a loss of reputation of the builder. Okay, this you can often see caution area under construction, because this construction area is considered to be a non-safety area. That is why we normally use the word caution, because there is a chance of a lot of accidents to occur. Now, accidents. So one of the danger what we face in the construction industry is accidents. So accidents are readily recognized when there is a damage to properties and someone is injured. Generally, an accident is defined as an event which is unexpected or the cause of which is unforeseen, or it can also be defined as any occurrence that interrupts or the cause of which is unforeseen. What is accident? So we cannot predict accidents. It happens, right? So however, it is not always easy to determine to what extent the accidents are the direct result of the working environment only. There may be lack of proper safety equipment at work site. Long working hours may cause fatigue, improper living conditions and improper working conditions. So you should provide safety equipments at work site. No life should be lost. So long working hours should be avoided because it makes you tired and fatigued, and it will reduce the efficiency of your work. And the living conditions of the workers should be improved, and proper working environment should be provided in order to have a high efficiency. It is for these reasons that very often safety, occupational health, working conditions and welfare are bracketed together for evolving measures of accidents control as well as of promoting safety. It may be underlined that in construction, the concern for safety is for both persons and property structures. The risk of accidents is present in all everyday activities, and it is not fair to pretend that a work site can be entirely free from accidents. However, in a more practical way is to consider a construction site safe when persons can go about their normal work without undue risk. So for construction work, they should do the construction work without any risk. They should feel safe. It should be safe. What are the causes of accidents? So accidents in construction industry can occur due to human causes, faulty working methods and due to structural failures. So what are the human causes? Maybe due to lack of knowledge, lack of interest in work, other personal factors, lack of skill and carelessness in supervision. Now, the faulty working practices are the substandard use of materials, striking against objects, no use of protective environments, because sometimes we can see that people avoid protective equipments. No site layout. So working without site layout, you don't know what is happening nearby, whether it is dangerous or not, etc. Improper storage of material. Okay. Now, structural failures are failure of a foundation, maybe due to faulty design and due to natural calamities. Now, what are the effects of accidents? And as a result of accidents, it leads to loss of life, loss of time and escalation of project cost. How to ensure safety in construction industry, or ways to improve the safety in construction industry? There are many ways to ensure that proper safety is provided on the site. And here are given some of the ways to see how we can provide safety on the site, we can improve the safety. It is the responsibility of the designer, the role of the designer. The designer, if the designer do his role properly, we can avoid the structural failures. Then we can give some safety programs in order to create some awareness among the people, working people. Then appointment of a safety officer who takes care of the safety of the overall project. And PPE kits, that is provision of personal protective equipment. We are well aware of this term nowadays, PPE kits, right? So that means personal protective equipments. And here personal protective equipments related to construction industry. Now, what can be the role of a designer? In the development of a project, a significant role is played initially by the designer of the project and then by the constructor of the project. Construction worker safety has often been regarded the sole responsibility of the construction contractor. So, it is the duty of the designer as well as the constructor. So, despite the obvious reasons for placing the primary responsibility on the contractor, the safety performance on a project may well be dictated to a large extent by the decisions made by the designer, which means proper design. The designer, while designing the building, may design it in such a manner that it becomes easy and safe for the construction of the higher part of the structures. See, normally in construction industry, the chances of accidents are more in high-rise buildings when working at a greater height. So, you can do the design in an easy and a safe manner, safe design details, so that you can avoid the accident. Now, what is safety program? So, how to create the awareness? Most of the accidents that take place are mostly due to the lack of knowledge and skill of the workers and the supervisor. And this can be improved by holding a safety training camps for the whole site staff and workers. Especially trained personnel should be hired to hold safety camps. Whenever recruiting a new worker, their experience should be checked and adequate knowledge of the work should be given to them. And keep a record of all the accidents that took place so that there is no need of a repetition of the same accidents again and again. Now, what is the role of a safety officer? A safety officer should be specially appointed to take care of all the safety related issues of the construction site. And appointing such an officer helps in keeping the health and safety of the staff under close watch. Okay. Now, the personal protective equipments, that is PPE. Personal protective equipments are the most basic friend and protection and safety for the workers. There are various PPEs according to the type of work, but a few basic PPEs which we use in construction industries are for PPE for head protection, PPE for eye protection, PPE for ear protection, PPE for hand protection, PPE for work on higher floors, and PPE for respirators. Okay, here you can see different PPE for head protectors. Right, here you can see the leg protectors, head protectors, eye protectors, etc. Okay, just a diagram or a figure showing the different PPEs. So, for eye protection, you can use goggles and shields. These are the respiratory protectors, hand protectors, gloves, footwears for foot protection, then for ear protection and for body protection. Okay. So hard hats required. Okay, showing some of the PPEs which we use in construction industry. Again, some of the safety measures while working in the construction industry. Now, let us see the Indian standards for safety in construction. So, we have in India, we have SP6, SP70 2001 Handbook on Construction Safety Practices. See, this is available in the website. You can download and you can go through it and you can understand what are the Indian standards for safety in construction, and you can see whether the construction industry is using all these safety measures. So this is a handbook which gives us the information about the safety requirements in India, that is Indian standards. So why is safety? Safety helps as it increases the efficiency, reduces the cost, reduces damages to structures and machinery, reduces the accidents and deaths, prevents needless pains and sufferings. Safety in construction. So for a structure, safety in construction refers to structural safety, fire safety, environmental safety, workers' safety, public safety, and engineers or contractors' safety. Now, the safety program, we have 4 E's. 4E safety programs. It refers to, for engineering, it is a safety at design, the role of a design engineer. At the designing stage, we have to ensure safety. Then education for safety practices, that is creating an awareness among the workers. Then enlistment, attitude of employees and management, that is enlistment. So attitude of employees and management towards the program and its purpose. Then enforcement, you make it as a practice. So adherence to safety norms, rules and practices. So need for safety in construction, the first one is skills development, because you provide safety measures. If your construction site or your construction, your design is safe, the first advantage is, what is the need or the advantage what you can gain is, first one is skills development. So if your worker has a confidence that he is safe, he can think positive. So thinking positive, good engineering practices, systematic thinking, financial language will be improved, communication can be improved. So there will be some creativity and initiative in your work, and problem solving skills will be developed. So this is the quotes of James Dyson, a famous civil engineer, and he says, as an engineer, I am constantly spotting problems and plotting how to solve them. So that is one of the duty of, thing what an engineer faces. So what is engineering? Solving the problems. So what is the duty of a construction engineer? To solve the problems in the construction industry. And safety is not a cost, but it is an investment. If you provide more safety, it will result in more efficient and good works. Then second need is considering the safety for safe thought, safe speech and safe action, and safety in planning. So safety is first. So here you can see the degree of chance for improvement and time. See, we have these are the stages of construction, that is planning, design and construction. Degree of chance is high at the stage of planning stage. See, at the planning stage, if you need to make some changes, you can do it easily. And at the design stage, the chance is lesser than that of the planning stage, and in the construction stage it is very less. So the chances of making the improvement, ability to make changes, is more at the planning stage, and it goes on like this, and it is least at the construction stage. And see, the cost of making the changes. The cost for making these changes will be less at the planning stage, and it will be cost you more at the construction stage, because at this stage you have to change your plan, you have to change your design, you have to change your construction. Okay, so cost of making changes is increasing as time goes on. So life cycle safety in construction. Okay. So maintenance, operation, decommissioning, programming, design, and in construction. This is the safety of a life cycle, safety in life cycle of building projects. So once you commission, you have to program it. You do planning, designing, etc. Then we do the construction. After construction is over, proper maintenance is required, and proper operations is also required. So this is just to ensure you, we need safe operation in the construction industry. Create a competitive advantage with the safety. We can go competitive, we can develop big projects, high-rise projects, but ensure the safety. And while demolishing a construction, safety ensured. While erection process, safety should be ensured. During scaffolding, safety should be ensured. And the safety tips, we will see some of the safety tips in construction sites. So first one is review and recognition. So context it, you list it. Then features and abilities, conditions, the neighborhood, drawings and specifications, and schedule. So at all these stages, you review and recognize the safety. Okay. So the different scheduling stages in the construction industry. Then second is give special attention to accidents. So you will have the past experience of accidents in the construction industry. Identify what are the major accidents that would have happened in your industry as well as in the neighboring industries, and see the accidents are preventable and how to prevent these accidents. Then multiple causation of accidents should be avoided, and root the problems and find a solution. Then third is attention to legal requirements. That legal requirements may be international requirements or local requirements. And fourth one is participation. Participation means participation in the meetings, creating awareness. So formation of safety committee, holding the meetings and gatherings, applying competent safety personnel, which we have discussed earlier, right? Importance of a safety officer. So this is a diagram showing how this safety should be ensured. In the previous slides we discussed the planning, designing and construction. So it is like a relay. So in the planning phase, if it is properly planned, if the safety is properly planned and you give the planning to the design engineer, it is like a playing a relay, right? So who comes first? So if the planning engineer plans properly, the design engineer can produce more effective safety measures. After that, the construction also. So the 7 habits of highly effective people. They will be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize and sharpen the saw. So these are the 7 habits of the highly effective people, and we should recruit highly effective people. Our construction people in the all the people involved in the construction industry should be highly effective. So these are the qualities or characteristics of highly effective people. So for that you should provide proper education and awareness. 5 is effective risk management. So preventive and futuristic approach should be maintained. Heart and pulse beats, common language, legal requirements. Okay. So identify the hazards. Identify what are the hazards, what are the problems that can occur, what are the dangers in the construction industry. You assess the risks, analyze the controls, make control decisions, use controls and monitor the results. This is the process of risk management process, effective risk management. So you can reduce, you can minimize the accidents. Now hazard, what is a hazard? So you can whisper, smell, greed and appearance. So you should when it starts to whisper, when a hazard, when a danger is going to take place, it will give you some signs. So you should be you should open your ears to that signs. You should be very alert, and when you realize some accidents are going to occur, you move forward and avoid it. So you should forecast the hazards. Then 6th is housekeeping. Housekeeping is proper arrangements, proper things in proper place. So safety alphabet, create discipline and using models. So you can see here A, B, C. See, A is a bad example of housekeeping, B is somewhat arranged and A is perfectly arranged. This is how our materials should be arranged in the construction industry. So this can be explained by the broken window theory. See, if you can see here it's a broken window and this is highly complicated. It's not good, right? So the lack of management, the lack of organization, dirty places, weak infrastructure and waste, similar to a broken window, results in crime and misbehaviors in the construction industry. So concluding, safety is very important in the civil engineering industry, but the safety scenario in the construction industry, especially in India, is very poor, which results in a lot of casualties, which hampers the normal working of the project. A safe working environment can be very easily achieved by the proper interaction of the contractor, designer and the laborers. Also, the constitution can also play its part in maintaining the proper habitable conditions for the workers and ensuring the safety by being strict on those who do not follow rules and penalizing accordingly. Unless all these factors do not work together, the accidents will keep occurring and the safety will be compromised. And thank you. So what we have discussed today is the safety measures. Why safety is needed for the construction industry, how safety can be provided, how to improve the safety in the construction industry, what is the Indian standard specification, Indian standard code for safety in construction industry. So thank you for today. This is our last part for module 5. We will be continuing our 6th module in the next class. Thank you.